Learning to say no before we learn to say yes. Learn to say no before you learn to say yes. Hello, you all. I'm Diana Brienne. You know, one of the hardest words for people to say in the English dictionary, I believe, is the word no. No. I believe it's very important to learn to say the word no because there's so many things we need to learn to say no to in order to say yes to the right things. I love saying yes, but only to what's really, really right for my life. I don't want to clog up my life with a bunch of yeses and then find out I should have said no to a bunch of those things. Because when we don't say no to the wrong things for our lives, often we can become overwhelmed and we can become bogged down in things that are just not right for our lives. So many people say yes to everything and then they regret it. Before I say yes, I often say no. Or my best policy is to say, you know what, I'm going to think on it. And that people around me hear a lot because I need time to digest the information. I need time to roll it around in my head. I need time to assimilate it. I need time to determine, is that right for me? Whether it's a small decision or a big decision. Sometimes we'll say yes to a small thing and it turns out to be a big thing and then we've got our feet stuck in it and we can't get out of it. So I've just learned to say no more than I've learned to say yes because I find that if I say yes to everything, then, or to a lot of things, that especially things that are not right for me, when a good yes moment comes along with something I really, really want, I can't do it because I've said yes to too many things. For example, let's say that everybody has a limited amount of money. And so let's say you say yes, 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 yes to everything. Then when something really, really great comes around, you don't have the money for it. You really don't. The same way with time. If you commit yourself and you spread yourself thin with too many yeses, what can happen is you can wear yourself out, exhaust yourself, and have no room in your life for the important things that do come around that you really, really want to say yes to. So often, I believe it's so important to learn to say no first before we say yes. Now, I'm not saying say no to somebody when we really should be saying yes. I'm saying make sure it should be a yes answer and not a no answer. And if you're not sure, my way of doing things is to simply say, I will think on it. And that gives me room, it gives me time, it gives me time to think about it and truly decide, is it right? You know, one of the things I learned many years ago is when you go out to buy something, especially a big ticket item, often there's a high pressure sales going on there. And not too long ago, I went out and this person, the whole organization was very, very slick in their approach. They kind of led the horse to water. And so they didn't do the high pressure sales, they did the low pressure sales to get you to sign on the dotted line to get a yes from you. But I was smart enough to catch that. And I said, you know what? Let me think on it and I'll get back to you. And do you know, I found someone who was about a third of the price and even offered a better service. So I'm so glad I said no and not said yes, because once I would have said yes, I would have been committed. And then when I found a better service for a third of the price, I couldn't have use that other service. So I do believe in taking my time before I say yes to something, because a lot of times instead of a yes, we should be giving a no. And for so many people, they have such a hard time saying no. I don't know what the difficulty is about saying no. People around me know that I say no a lot more than I say yes. But when I do say yes, I'm totally committed to what it is that I want to do. Well, we are having a beautiful day out here today, and yes, we're having a tremendous amount of pollen. So Grandma's porch is mainly covered up, and I have to recover the couch again because the pollen will stain. It's like a greenish pollen. It will stain the couches. And a lot of people are sneezing just simply from the pollen. I don't have allergies, so it's not a big deal for me. But I love it. I love it. I love beautiful days. And so I hope you're all doing well and love you all much. And I hope to talk to you all soon again. Bye-bye.